So I just wanted to film a follow-up video on the StarKnight windshields that I installed last week. They're holding up pretty well so far. Definitely came in handy for plowing the past few days. This back one. Yeah, like I said, I'm happy with them so far. They're got the wind off me. You know, that's what they're supposed to do. So, and they're holding up pretty well. Hit a few little tree branches yesterday. Didn't seem to scuff anything. I don't see any scratches. I'm happy with that. I'm also working on adjusting my shifter linkage as well. So, working on that this past couple days. I lost park and was having trouble going into fully engaging into low gear. So in order to engage into low gear, I'd still be doing it. Let's see if I can show you what it was doing. Park, come down first. So what was happening before is it was getting like about right here, and then it wouldn't want to engage any further. And it's still a little bit like it starts to click in right there, and you kind of see, you know, you think it's in low gear, and you have to give it a little more. So, but I think I've got it adjusted pretty well down here. It, you know, everything seems pretty smooth. What I initially did was I started with neutral, and I just adjusted where it starts to roll over. And I think I've got that pretty well adjusted right now. Thinking about going in behind the dash and see if I can adjust that, just to kind of help out that. Like I said, the low gear thing, you really got to make sure, like, otherwise, you know, if you don't make sure you push it down all the way, then there's you know, there's a chance that it can get hung up and then pop out of gear. So, like I said, just kind of make sure. I'm also thinking about trying to lube the cable, because it's really only low gear where it kind of seems, like I said, it rolls over right there, but it doesn't fully engage till you're all the way down. And then maybe that's fine, but I feel like I could probably adjust that a little better. So, really adjusting is pretty simple. All I had to do, I just backed off the nuts a little bit. And so before, what's happening was I'd get into neutral, and it wouldn't even catch neutral till you're down, almost down to here. So what I did is I put it there, and then I just adjusted the nut until it drew the lever up and clicked in. And then at that point I had neutral again, and then I had park as well. And it seemed to help out a little bit with low gear also, but the low gear is the one I'm most concerned about. It's the one that you know, I don't want it popping out of gear. So I really got to make sure that it clicks in. It seems like after the machine warms up for a while and I'm using it plowing, it has a little more trouble getting into gear. So, but like I said, I'm working on it. Trying to get this thing, let's get a few things knocked out a little bit. You know, these things aren't perfect, that's for sure. Like I said, I mean, don't necessarily have buyer's remorse on it, but there are days where I kind of wish I had gone with something different, a Polaris or a Honda. I mean, the Honda probably would have been nice because it doesn't have the CVT transmission, but and, you know, and I know they all have their issues, but I'm definitely disappointed with the shifting on this thing. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna keep working on it. You know, once I get it dialed in, I'll probably do another video, just kind of showing everybody what I did. I gotta figure out how to get in behind this dash. I know some of the videos show like this comes off, but this does not come off. So I'm guessing to get in there, I'm gonna have to take this panel off right here to get in behind the dash. But you know, once I figure that out, I will let everyone know. Thanks. I guess one of the things I wanted to mention. The biggest complaint I had about this windshield initially was the louver. When I initially installed this thing, I couldn't keep the louver closed, so it was just open all the time. It would flop up and down. There's a screw on this side. I tightened it down as far as I could. That's what they called out in the manual. Didn't make a difference. So what I did was I just installed a couple of washers under the screw, so that way it compresses the plastic a little more, and it made a world of difference. I mean, I can, you know, I have quite a bit of control over this now. So you know, I did that to both sides. Both sides seem to be working fine now. Like I said, that was the biggest complaint I had. it seems a lot better now. So I just want to let you guys know in case you run into the same problem. Thanks.